We're on our way to Rincon Peak, Rincon Peak, which may or may not be one of those peaks that you're seeing out in the distance. I sort of hope it is. They look cool and rocky. One of them looks more flat. That one looks more prominent right there, but I'm not sure how this drive's gonna go. We have like 15 miles on a dirt road, and apparently there's some water crossings. I don't know how much water there is out here now. Oh, he went over the cattle guard. I thought that was the point of the cattle guard. Don't run into the car, bro. Yeah, oh, there were more there. He just walked right over the cattle guard. I thought that was the point of it. Anyway, I've never seen that, a cow walk over a cattle guard before. All right, well, we've parked. I don't know if this is the right parking area, but there's definitely a nice pull-out little camp spot, fire ring. This is where it shows on the map too. We got quite a hike ahead of us, and we are out in the middle of nowhere. There were no water crossings. Some of the trip reports said they had to cross water a bunch on the road. It is bone dry out here. I suppose I could have parked here too. So this is going to be about 16 miles, maybe a little more, with 4,600 feet of elevation gain. I am not going to see anyone out here. I am most likely going to see some snakes, I think. 8.1 miles to Rincon Peak. So we're on the Miller Creek Trail. We're going to enter into Saguaro National Park at some point. We're going to hit a junction. We're going to bend left. And I have no idea where the peak is. I think it's up to the left, but I doubt it's what you're seeing there, because that's not 4,600 feet. At least I don't think it is. So already all sorts of snake holes. So I'll check in higher up. I got 2.5 liters, maybe closer to 3 liters of water. I drank some in the car. That should be plenty. It's like 75 degrees. So we've left the first wash on the left, and this is a very narrow, sort of overgrown single track trail. As you can see, we are out in the middle of nowhere. We are entering Saguaro National Park, so I think that means we're 1.2 miles in. This little gate. We just started our climbing. The next couple miles, 2.5 maybe, are gonna be fairly steep. Not real steep, like 700-800 feet a mile, so like normal hiking, but we actually do have a couple thousand feet to gain here in the next 2.5 miles or so. So I'm not exactly sure where we're going, but we're somehow working our way up to this ridge, and then we bang a left at some point, so you definitely can't see the peak. It's gonna be out beyond, higher, way left. I mean, we still have 7 miles to the summit, so definitely not in view, but I believe we're gonna have to gain this rocky ridge that you see in front of you, which shouldn't be too bad. We've come up a decent amount from that, I guess, sort of the lowest point that you see, sort of up this drainage. This is a cool trail. You're on rock for some of it. It's cairned, you know, it's dirt, but it's very narrow the whole way. So you can't see where you're going. You're just like slithering up this hill. So we've probably gained definitely over 1,000 feet so far, maybe even like 1,200. So I'm gonna say we're over a quarter of the way up to the summit, which obviously isn't a lot. But this last, whatever, ever since we hit the Saguaro National Park sign, we've been going up pretty consistently at a pretty decent clip. So just winding our way up this hill, making our way up to the, still think we're making our way up to that ridge somewhere. Well, I was mistaken before. We still had some up, but I think we've hit our flats. I think we're going flat across here. That might be our peak, but still unknown. So we're definitely finished our first climbing leg now because we've gotten sort of to this saddle. You know, I don't know if you call this the ridge or not, probably not, but yeah, I think that's gonna be our peak up there. And now we have a junction. Heartbreak Ridge Trail. Going to Happy Valley Campground, Rincon Peak Creek Trail. This says we've come up 4.4, so that's good work. So we're gonna continue this way. I know we branched left at some point. We've hit an incredibly annoying section of trail where we are following this wash. And there's all sorts of down trees and sand. And yeah, I was off trail. I was in the wash and just cut up left. There was a little trail here. But anyway, we found the junction. It's just sort of in this overgrown little field. It says 3.2 to Rincon Peak. I think we still got a little bit of flat, but then it's going to be quite a bit of climbing. We're going to have, you know, over 2,000 feet of climbing and probably 2.5 miles or so. If I had... So I'm not sure what you're looking at, if you're looking at Lemon or not. I don't think so. I think you probably can't see it. But we've come up from down there, started to come up steeply. We have about 2,000 feet to go till the summit still, and about 2.5 miles, or maybe just under, maybe 2.4 miles. So it's gonna be pretty steep. Those little switchbacks were just pretty steep, but it's gonna be like that most of the way. And it's definitely getting rockier. I think it's pretty rocky up near the top, but we're at 6,600 feet, give or take. You can see all these switchbacks up rock. We got to get to like 8,500 feet, or 8,530, I think. So yeah, it's gonna be a little bit, still gonna be like an hour probably to the summit. So we've gained almost half of what we need to from the last check-in. I think we had over 2,000. I think we're down. Actually, no, we haven't gained half. I think we still got about 1,200 or 1,300 left. In only like 1.3 miles. So pretty soon it's going to be 1,000 feet a mile, or maybe steeper up the rest of the way. We've just been, the peak's up there somewhere. We've just been sort of contouring and going up around the west side of the peak here. So we're in the woods, sort of. A lot of shade, which is nice because it's warm in the sun. But yeah, we still have definitely over a mile. I would venture 1.3 and about 1,300 feet, as I just looked at the map about 100 yards ago. So, well, I'm pretty sure that's it right there. We only have about 3/4 of a mile to the top, but we still have to gain like 900 feet. So this is gonna be steep the rest of the way, that's for sure, but it hasn't been bad so far. But I've been waiting for it to just get worse, and I think it will. So 900 more feet to gain, give or take, in only like 3/4 of a mile. So hopefully in 20 minutes or so I'll be up there. That'll put me right on 20-minute pace for the 8.1 miles. So I will probably not check in till up at the top. So I could probably cut here. Not there yet. Where's the actual summit here? Aha! Dun, dun, dun. That was a great hike. Highly recommend it. If you're in the Tucson area, let's get to the summit and then look around. Oh yeah. Nice. Looking south to Mount Wrightson. Tucson's all over there. There's Mount Lemon, I believe. Big wide ridge. I don't know what this is right next to us. Looking north, there's a whole lot of, there's sort of a valley, but there's definitely a lot of mountains and wilderness. This is awesome. Great views from up here. Great hike. So, probably, and actually I think I just misspoke. I think Wrightson's the one down there, not there. Although now I think it is that. I need to look at my map. Whichever way is like straight south from Tucson is Wrightson. So yeah, you can see easily down to Mexico from here. Mountains everywhere. Just as you come off here, you get even better views down here. So this is the road I drove in on right here, all the way up. So my car's somewhere down off that road over there. But I got to wrap back around this way to get back there to go down. So this will end up being about 5 hours all in, 2:43 up, couple minutes on the summit. I should be down in, 2:15 pretty easily. To give you a feel for the trail going down, even though you saw it up, it's a different perspective. So there's a lot of stepping on rocks, so you gotta watch your footwork for sure. And it's pretty narrow, but it's not hard to follow. It would be very hard to get lost. Still, you should have the map. So anyway, we got our couple thousand feet of descent now over the next 2.5 miles, although we've already gone a couple hundred feet down. We might only have 1,500 steep and then a gradual 200 or 300 the last mile to the car. So that's where we're going. Down there, you can see the road. You can't quite see my car, I don't think, but I generally know the area that it's in. So you can see we have to drop down to the bottom here. So great views. Dun, 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 dun. Whoa, deer. I was like, where's the gate? This is the gate I went in. This is Rincon Peak. 16.2 miles, give or take, with about 4,600 feet of climbing. Here's where I should have parked to be in the shade, but I did not. Alas, extra bonus miles. Car's here. It's a good sign. All right, it's a wrap. Good medium hike for any of you in the area. It took, let's see what the time is. I made it under 5, like 4:55, so I was moving decent on the way down, but call it a 5-hour hike if you're a fast hiker and are jogging a little bit of it. Otherwise, this could be 6, 7, 8, 10 hours even. If you were elite, maybe 4 hours. So, great hike.